What's going on, guys? It's LT Prodigy. Today I'm bringing you a video about how to kill Gortash at the Coronation. So we're going to go into this right side room at Wyrm's Crossing, move this crate. We're going to pull the lever to open this secret door to the outside. And then you're going to run down. We're going to go all the way around this castle. We're going to climb down this crag. There's a beach on the left-hand side. You can get a couple treasures. There's a few ingredients for recipes you can pick up along this path here. I would only recommend doing this Gortash Coronation kill video if you plan on killing everyone in the castle. I got into jail with a Astarion, so when I broke out, I went to go behind the weapons rack area, and everyone got aggroed, and I just started fighting. So when you climb up this last vine around the castle, there's going to be a guard on the other side of the door. You can peek it with the camera angle, and I would recommend put it on Cat's Grace if you have it, or something that'll give you advantage on rolls so you can roll twice. Once you go through, we're going to go... Oh, for some reason I played that twice, but that's alright. You're going to go through and go to the right side, and then we're going to fight from this platform. This is where the fight's going to take place. Now, if you go all the way up and you kill all the guards, there's a couple cool books you can get by going around here in this building or going up top the building, and there's eventually you can drop a ladder for Act 3 and everything. This is my first playthrough, so did not play that way. Gortash isn't even upstairs. But if you were to go to prison, this is what would happen. When I went with Astarion, I was able to solve a couple of trivia questions and break out. Or you could just lockpick and break out. The evidence chest is right next to your cell, so you can take that stuff back and then go back upstairs. We're going to be doing our fiery friend quest, so we want to confront Gortash and do it with Karlach. So it's important to have Karlach in the party, and it said this could be Karlach's last chance to confront him.
Don't cause any trouble.
The guards let us know. They give us good advice here that we definitely don't follow.
Best behavior around here. Understood?
And this is the video. So I set Gale, Shadowheart, and Jaheira up on the right side platform while leaving Karlach to open the door and start attacking. And the two summons are down bottom as well. So Gortash is going to come out, and then the crossbow people are going to come out, and then all the steel watch starts coming toward as well. One of them gets smart, goes through the other door right off. And I probably shouldn't have brought Gale down, but I did. So it is what it is. I went down, and I'm going to use those Air Primordial level 6 summons to shock the Steel Watch. And then we're going to go ahead and do a few buffs on our characters. I hasten Jaheira, and then I think I hasten Karlach as well. Sometimes I end up breaking them. Like I said, it's my first playthrough, so I forget that a spellcaster's on a concentration spell, and then I'll just cast something and I'll say I broke it. It is what it is. So I end up using the Insect Plague right at the door, and then start using the glyphs as well and shocking them in there. And then I'm going to use Karlach. She has the giant subclass, so she's able to throw her weapon as long as you use an elemental on the axe. So I just keep using lightning on the axe and then throwing it. It's a little tedious to press tab and go to the menu, but it is what it is. So this mage is going to cast a fiery summon, and then they're all going to come out. They're all making their way towards the door, and I'm just slowly backing up to that platform because it makes it a little bit easier. It makes it a lot easier to fight. I tried fighting in this back room, and I got destroyed because they just start coming in from both sides. And then Gortash is enhancing the steel watches, allowing them to attack twice. So by doing it this way, we can essentially block Gortash in, or he's just too much of a pansy to come out. He didn't run out when I made this video. He just stayed in that back room. He never moved forward towards the Insect Plague. And then eventually I'm going to start putting more surface stuff down too. I'm going to lay water down. I'm going to electrify the water, and then the steel watch guards are they're going to block the doorway while being shocked so they can't move, and they're going to be getting hit. So it gets worse from as time goes on. As I back all my characters out and I bring them to this platform, I'm able to just keep hitting them. So Jaheira's going to lay down some water right here. and I couldn't quite get it in the doorway, so I just put it outside because I knew I could use it later, because eventually I knew that these guys were going to bust through. It was my first time trying this method, but I knew from previous methods just trying to stay in the back room and getting destroyed, it's much better to just keep backing up and, okay, they're eventually going to make it out here, but we're going to get their health so low it doesn't matter. So Karlach dropped her axe a couple times. Even when you do the elemental and then throw, sometimes, especially if you get a critical miss, it doesn't pick it up. So then you have to manually pick it up. Hopefully it's not too far away, which happened to me later on in the video. And then these fiery summons, everyone's just going to keep moving closer, coming outside that coronation room. It's funny because when you examine Gortash, it says that he's just the Archduke nominee. And I think if you do the normal playthrough, I have another playthrough that I'm doing where I actually went to the Coronation and talked to him, and he wanted to make a deal and everything. It's funny because he never actually becomes Archduke if you do it this way. So Psionic Backlash is awesome. Every time they try to cast something, you just hit them. We're going to keep using those glyphs, using lightning. Just good AoE damage. And then I figured out if I go to the top of the platform, I can't even be attacked. So eventually I just started taking Gale and putting my other characters up there, and it worked a lot easier. So basically it was just hit and run. Hit the enemy, come back out, do the teleports with the air primordials. Makes everything a lot easier. And then I decided to move that insect plague further out, where everyone's starting to come out the door. Now I can hit, what, 2, 4, 5? I hit 5 or 6 of them, plus everyone else that's going to run into it when they try to move. So we're just moving all that surface stuff back as we go. As they progress forward, we just move it back toward our platform, and we're well protected. Karlach can jump up there because she's got 19, 20 strength. Okay. So these guards are going to run through. You can see the battlefield just getting worse and worse. I also use plant growth around the water, which gives the enemies quarter speed when they're going through it. Gortash is going to come out this back door, but he's just hanging out. He can't even get to us because of the steel watch that's in front. Keep using those glyphs. Get that AoE damage. And then go back to safety with Gale. Those primordials are just doing a little bit of damage each time. Once in a while they get crits, which is nice. They can do like 40 damage. Redo the plague. I broke the concentration, or someone hit Shadowheart. I accidentally left Shadowheart out in the center. So she gets her concentration broke a couple times. I also didn't realize that the explosion on these steel watches, that radius goes up to that, at least the first platform. Probably not I don't think it goes to the second. Or the third one up top. But when I'm on that platform there, you can get hit right there. So be wary of that when they start to explode. But look at this battlefield, it's crazy. We got the plant growth, we got the electrified water, we got the insect plague. It's just been, it's an awesome environment to kill the enemy, and then we're just all on the platform with advantages. So Shadowheart actually couldn't jump up on the platform by herself. There goes one of the steel watches. He's dead. That was my setup. I like using that helm for Shadowheart because when she heals, when she does mass heal or anything, it also heals her. Right here I used a flash that malfunctions the enemy. So when you go to it for 2 turns, they're stunned and they can't even move. It was from the ingredients that you get. using that vortex to blind any mages that want to, or silence any mages that want to cast anything in there. It was mostly crossbow people, and obviously Steel Watchguard isn't affected by that, but seemed worth it. Take Jaheira and bring out another summon. She has mirror image, so I think her armor is at like 28 with the mirror image, because you get +3 to your armor class each mirror image, and you have 3 of them. So getting good AoE damage. The plague hits them every turn. The start of the turn and the end of the turn, I believe. So even if you're only doing 10 damage with the plague, it ends up being 20 damage per turn, which is a lot. Because this is on Tactician mode, which I neglected to mention earlier, but this is Tactician mode, so each Steel Watch has 273 health. Gortash has 353 health, plus he gets 150 from Bane. This is Duke Uldergard. It looks like he tries to run away from the fight.
Perhaps I'd made a great mistake joining this fight. If I run out this door, I may be able to jump off this cliff. Wait, is that a steel water on the rocks?
I had already killed the Steel Watch. Like I said, I did everything. I killed everyone on the floor, and then I went and explored above this area, finding the books and everything, and there's a ladder you can drop down to go into the church-like room where Gortash is supposed to be later if you let him go through the Coronation. Like I said, this is my first playthrough, so I didn't know any of that, and I was just exploring. I love reading the books to find out the lore, and there's a really good book in that temple that explains. It talks about the Lithid ship and the Absolute and all 3 of them, the Emperor and everyone. So I was like, wow, this is cool. It's definitely worth exploring this area. So here I use Scroll of Dimension Door to get Shadowheart out of trouble, because that Steel Watch is gonna explode, and it's like, nope. He comes down like Iron Man. He's like, let's get out of here. He's gonna sacrifice himself. Boom. Big explosion. And then it's kind of a domino effect, because that one explodes, and now the next one's ready to explode. So the Steel Watchguard just falls like dominoes once you start hitting them hard. So this platform's working out great. I got a couple down bottom. I did run into some trouble with the ladder. I forget on the position, so later on there's a little bit of pushing, but it is what it is. Like I said, I only did this once because it was hard enough. This actually ended up being over a 2-hour fight with, picking stuff from the menu and trying to decide what items to use, when I should get a spell back, but knowing what I know now, I think I could do this fight a lot faster. And the exploding arrows come in clutch. I used it. I think I didn't use it here because it wouldn't let me use anything else to go through the door, so I just threw that acid. It didn't do much damage, but allowed me to at least use an item. But yeah, look at this battlefield. The barrels have exploded. This guy's, I think as soon as this guy goes through, yeah, he just gets messed up. He's silenced. He gets the blind, whatever those air primordials do, it silences you and it explodes each turn. So it's actually a pretty good for keeping the enemy away. Gortash is just chilling back there. He's like, I don't want no part of this. All the Steel Watch can go in and they can die. It's fine. This guy's like, I want to leave the fight. I don't blame him. This guy hasn't even joined the fight. He's like, I haven't even taken a step. So then Gale's gonna bring another elemental out. I don't like using the Earth elemental. I went to use him in the Dream World realms, and he got stuck on the rock. He couldn't jump or anything. He's the only summon that can't teleport, and then he can lay down mud or something. It doesn't seem like he's that effective, but maybe I'm not using him correctly. I really like the air primordial or air elemental, and the fire one works well. The ice one works well. The earth one's the only one that is a little I haven't found a use for him. So we're gonna go ahead and lay down some more water here with Shadowheart. Just keep bringing that battlefield outward, bringing the environment. So as they come through, now it's going to connect to other water as well. Drink one of those to get a spell back. I think it was for a level 4 spell. Trying to knock him backward. That explodes him, so there's another one dead. So we are down to, I think it starts with 9 Steel Watch. There's 6 guards, Duke Ravengard, and Gortash. So 17 people. There's 17 enemies in this battle. It's crazy. Summons are guarding the door. Got the air one and the fire one. Jaheira's got the mirror image on. Karlach's still hastened. I think Gale's hastened as well. Or he might have a shield. Yeah, where Gale has no strength, using that fly from the illicit powers is so clutch. Because he can get up on those platforms. I remember when I was going through Shadowheart's Justiciar Temple to please Shar, he couldn't jump on anything. And actually what inspired me to fight like this was that panther thing in the Dark Justiciar Temple. When you go to the right side, instead of taking the platform to go down, if you went to the right side, there's this panther with the little ear things coming off. And you see him, and then when you go down the steps, he just runs away. And then it leads to that trap that leads to that big fight, the one that Balthazar once did, the big guy that sings there. But that was great. So I ended up not getting trapped. But I went down, and I was like, oh, the panther went that way, but what if I go to this right side, and then my Gale has the vision at all times, so I was able to see all the enemies anyway. That fight was hard. This fight was harder for sure. Yeah, the Duke, he's just a G. He runs right through. He's like, I'm just gonna go attack him. Broke concentration there. This Steel Watch, he's staying to the side. He's smart about it. He looks like he's trying to go back in the Coronation room. Keep using those glyphs. This should, he's definitely gonna explode. He has 20 health left. Use some more plant growth. I don't know how well it worked, but where it quarters their speed, those Steel Watchers can run pretty far. Figured might as well use False Life here because Shadowheart's super squishy. Luckily she has a lot of good heals. I have her on the Death Cleric, so she has some good necro spells. I do miss the healing cleric there, because that one, eventually in the higher levels you learn a spell that I think it just automatically puts everyone at the highest heal when they use the potions. So that was pretty good, but I wanted to switch it up just to have a different playthrough. Because when I versed Ketheric Thorm, he was just way too easy when I was on normal mode. I just set up my guys to the side, killed all the fodder, killed Thorm, and then Merkel comes out. And Merkel wasn't much of a challenge either. So I was like, alright, I gotta switch it up because... And then as soon as I switched to Tactician, I had 2 of my characters... Oh, there goes another one. 2 of my characters drop in one fight. They didn't die, but Tactician was significantly harder. Cause it was when you verse the monks, when you go into that area, and they just... Those monks hit hard. They go like 4 times in a row. So then the Duke just joins us up here. And I decided not to kill him right off because I was like, oh, well, what about Will? And then I came up with a fire summon, and he missed, and the Duke gets that nice critical hit there. And then Jaheira's like, all right, you're out of here. So that updated the journal. And I'm going to connect that water here, so now the whole field is electrified. I used that cloud gas with Karlach earlier just for the Duke. I knew it didn't affect the Steel Watch, but for some reason she couldn't get her arrows through that doorway. Sometimes in doorways, it'll say the object's too far away, so you can't throw your weapon, you can't use arrows. You can only use like the projectiles and grenades. Bring that summon back out. It's like the one spot in the field that's not electrified. Gortash starts getting closer. He's like, alright, I'm down to 4 Steel Watch. I've lost 5 Steel Watch guards. All my regular guards are dead, as well as my Duke. Maybe I should start joining this fight. It's like, well, it might be a little too late. This guy's thinking the same thing. He stood out there the whole time, and now he joins the fight. So luckily, usually only one came out at a time. I think toward the end, 2 come out. I get Arcane Acuity every time I use a fire spell with Gale. So I have that hat that allows him to cast Fireball, and then that one. That way it adds a +1 to your spell difficulty class. So he ends up being, usually he hits. Hardly ever does he miss with those spells. Jaheira's gonna put some more plant growth on. I think I ruined the electric water here, but it is what it is. I was thinking if the enemy started running out, it would at least slow them down so I could contain them to not getting to that top platform. Toll the Dead worked well. That was hitting hard. Usually in the 20s when it hit. And for a cantrip, that's crazy. If you can do 40 damage with a cantrip, that's good. Keep having Karlach throw her axe. Get that critical miss there, and that just drops her axe on the ground. So, like, all right, well, now we got to switch to the bow. I have the Titan bow on her, and it goes off of strength. I was trying to shoot this guy over the edge, but every time I would move the arrow, it would put the blue away. Only the red was showing to go up over the edge. So, maybe if I moved back onto that second platform, it would have worked. But, I mean, he was going to die regardless. He was already exploding. So then I just started putting all 4 of them up there so they're well protected, and then using the summons to fight. So I basically lured the guards out to come fight. Gortash is like, oh, well, there's 2 guards there, another one's dead, so I got 3 guards left. He finally moves up, and then the Steel Watch just starts pushing through. This guy's thinking about leaving, it looks like. Now he jumps outside. He used Clouded Daggers here. It was actually a good deterrent for the Steel Watch coming out. The AI, or the enemies, don't like taking damage. So if they can avoid it, they usually not go through a doorway or anything. Keep bringing those summons out. They're getting like 15 or so damage each time. I wish I used Call Lightning earlier. It seems like if you already have a electrified water down, even though it sets a low percentage for the Call Lightning hitting, every time I used it, it hit. So I'm thinking if you already have an electrified surface, and they're obviously the Steel Watch is all metal, I think it must automatically hit. I used the ice and the fire summon because I was thinking that if they're already heated up, you can make them brittle with the ice summon by using one of his spells there. I wasn't able to do that, but I was thinking if the Steel Watch could get brittle, maybe it would have more critical hits on them. Bring another summon out for Gale. I think Gortash killed the other one. You can see we're starting to get toward the end now. We got 6 of the Steel Watch dead. All the guards are dead. So it's just, there's 4 enemies left. I wasn't sure how powerful Gortash was. I had versed him before in that back room. The other enemies are hitting way too hard though around him. Do the giant trade. I was trying to get that halberd back. This works well here. I was able to angle it this time and actually shoot. This guy gets shot at the edge. Bye. And then I tried to do it with this one, but for some reason it wouldn't let me use the exploding arrow again. So I tried doing the pushing one with the arrow shot, and it just didn't work. There goes that one. Then there were 2 steel guards, and Gortash. That steel watch is down to under half health, and that one has 164. So this is good. Excuse me. Figured might as well use the speed potion on Karlach now. Where she's going to do the most damage anyway. She already gets 2 attacks, so adding that speed potion allows her to attack 3 times. And when she's throwing axes 3 times, she does about 40 damage. So she's doing about 120 damage each turn, which is really good. Gortash is like, where are all my friends? Another steel watch dead, down to 1 steel watch guard. I think, yeah. Decided to check out Duke Ravengard stuff. Sorry, Will. That sword actually looked really good with the commander strike. None of my characters can wear heavy armor. I might do class changes later, but it's actually, I used it in the beginning, and then I changed my class back over, and it's been working out without the heavy armor. Let me know what you guys use in the comments. I'm gonna make that back into water so I can electrify the environment again. Yeah, for some reason some spells work better than others for the distance. Yeah, so we started running into trouble on that ladder, so I had to push people out of the way just to get down. Yeah, you can shoot all the way to that doorway about. So it's just so OP being on that platform. Gortash finally peaks. As soon as he shows up, I started hitting him with everything. Because that guard right there, that steel watch is mostly dead. What, 105 health out of 267? I love how my characters, they have like max HP, 72, 104, 80, and 69. It's like 2 steel watch guards have more health than all my characters. But this platform worked out great, and then just kept using the environment to slow him down and hit him at the doorway. So I really like this tactic. Finally get to, I thought I was gonna pick up that axe. I do have her pick up that axe eventually. do the Giant's Rage. She sees Gortash. She's super pissed. She's like, we gotta kill him. Decided to use Bone Chill. It was funny because Bone Chill is supposed to make it so you can't heal. As soon as I use it, he's like, he gets that 150 health from Bane. Like, oh, here you go. Here's 150 more health. I thought Bone Chill might work against that because I remember doing that previous playthrough in the back room. I got him down to that much health when he grew bigger and gained the fire elemental with a clutch critical hit there. Or one of the elementals there. Kept using that moonbeam with Jaheira. It doesn't hit that much, but it's effective because it's one of those spells that hits them at the beginning of the turn and end of the turn, so you're just constantly doing damage. Had to use a remedial for Shadowheart there. Luckily I set up all my potions in a pouch. Have her climb back up. There she goes, yeah. Now she's gonna pick her axe back up. Unfortunately, when you equip it, it basically ends your turn. So, I think I equip it, and then I can't go again. Gortash is gonna come out, get the psionic backlash. That thing's so clutch. I mean, even if you're just hitting 10 or so, that one was a 12. It's just constant damage even when it's not your turn. Those summons, they get good damage. Then get reactive damage too when they try to go by. So that Steel Watcher's almost dead. Come down, hit Gortash a little bit. I had Blink on and I was gonna use the, what is it, Arcane Lock? That's what I have in that upper left side of the spells. I was gonna lock one of the doors so they can only come out one door. He ends up casting a hand. I made Gale get away from it. I was like, I don't know what that does. All I know is I shouldn't be standing here. I tried to do that owl bear trick where you jump off the platform, do the swan bomb there, but clearly they nerfed him for the better. I think I did 16 damage to him, and then I got 18 damage done to Jaheira, so it really wasn't worth it. But we're gonna have Karlach throw that axe and then take the speed potion. She just smokes him here. I think he's gonna do about 100 damage. Take away all that extra health that he had, and then start breaking into his health bar there. 234. Yeah, that hit was for 33. And she's just gonna keep throwing it. Look at that. He's down to 183. Yeah, he's getting hit pretty hard by that axe. He decides to confront Jaheira, not before he gets, confront Karlach, not before he gets smacked by Jaheira. He's gonna keep using that air summon. They hit pretty hard because they got that double attack. Fly him out of the way. It was funny how the air elemental, he does lightning damage, but he was still able to get electrified. I was like, thought he'd be immune, but guess not. This Steel Watcher has 76 health left. Get some acuity out of that. He's ready to go. Stay away from that hand. I almost flew back into the same spot. Gonna finally blind him here at the end, even though he's dead. And then Karlach's just gonna unleash here. He's blinded, he's low health, his Steel Watcher's about to explode. We're gonna go ahead and make him bleed. Do a lacerate on him. Boom. And he's got 44 health. Get a good hit there. 22 health. 3 health. And he finally drops. Get the journal update. For some reason I opened my bomb bag, so I just closed that. There's the soldier regicide. Looks like he has a really good crossbow. I can't wait to try that out. And then he also had a good cloth of authority. I believe that's good as well. And this netherstone studded gauntlet. Yeah, I'm excited to use those items coming up. I have a couple playthroughs going through. So I did this one where you kill Gortash at the Coronation. I went back through on a different save to see how the gameplay would be. That hand explodes. I thought one of my characters died because something disappeared. They ended up not being dead. So then that one explodes and it's the end. There is a spoiler here, so I'd shut it off if you don't want to hear Karlach's dialogue.
Howling like a great wind through a canyon. It engulfs your mind, rounds your senses. Above the hell rises a screech, gleeful and maniacal. It is the way and the truth. Absolute.
Leave them alone.
The screech quiets, the howl fades. Your mind is hollow, save one lone voice.
Bane's chosen has fallen. His netherstone is yours. You have done well. You heard the Elder Brain. It's regaining its autonomy. It cries not from pain, but exaltation. We must stop it before it breaks free. One netherstone remains. Orin's. We must find her and take it from her. After that, we take control of the brain. And you should start wondering what you will do then. We shall
Oh, we're
see.
definitely going to take them all down. And then when you examine the body, it cuts this
So
video
Gortash
too.
is nothing more than a pile of flesh. Same as the rest of us. Feel like I should laugh, but I'm just too goddamn tired. Is that it then? Killed the bastard who ruined my life, and now I crawl into a corner and die? Am I fucking missing something?
I ended up getting those gauntlets at the shop right before Wyrm's Crossing.
I'm beyond.
I used Will to get the
overwhelmed.
price cheaper. It was
I'm
like 3,000 for him, but it gives you
finished.
an advantage on weapon attacks and from getting away from an enemy.
He's dead. And he's no fucking sorrier now.
I don't know why I
than
had her
was
wear
before.
Githyanki armor, but I wanted to get to the battle, so I
What was
just
the
threw stuff
point?
on. I think Gale was wearing cat's
I'm still
grace,
dying.
so it is what it is. It
I'm
worked out.
dying. I'm going to die. Got a miracle in your back pocket you forgot to tell me about. I'm going to be as dead as a Gortash any day now. Any moment. And what then? Off to the city of judgment to waste into oblivion? Into the dirt to get eaten by maggots? Is that it for me? Is that fucking all? And you'll just keep going, won't you? Watching the stars, warming your hands on the campfire.
Yeah, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe. This is my
all of it.
want to
That's
make some
my
more to
reward
come,
for
so
everything I suffered. That's why I survived 10 years of torment. The fighting, the clawing,
she
the
is so
loneliness,
mad.
the fucking loneliness. All of it so I could rot. Because the person I trusted the most gave me away to the devil. It isn't fair. I don't want it like this. I don't want to die. I want to live. I want to stay. What the fuck am I supposed to do now? Let's get out of here. I've always hated this place. Stupid fucking gigantic bridge or whatever. I think I need to go to camp for a while. Be alone. Scream at the sky. You can come and find me later if you want to. You might only find the pile of ash, but I'll be there all the same.